I would say an emotion is it's a felt and it's an embodied experience. And when it's shared, we can have a kind of co-physiology almost with another person. So Daniel Siegel writes about this in The Mindful Brain, about how we're even physiologically connected with the people that we're with, and even breathing in a similar pattern and so on. And the emotions that are arising to the person, we can also feel those emotions. And so we can provide support for someone to feel an emotion that might be less available to them if they were alone. Now, I think any of us can also feel emotions when we're entirely by ourselves in the room, even though most emotions are in relation to someone. But when we're in a room with someone in a therapeutic context, we can create support for that emotion to be more present or more understood, more clarified.
I was a bit curious if there's ways that in your practice you're making visible relational emotion, or if that's even important to make it visible.
And sometimes I think it can be important. Other times it's less important to actually name it. Sometimes it's okay to just provide someone an opportunity to feel an emotion, especially these incipient emotions of like pride that someone might have, or relief, or hope, that we're creating some space for someone to actually have an embodied experience of pride. One of my favorite questions to ask people as they're taking like a tiny step toward what they prefer is, how is it for you to see yourself be able to do that? What is that like for you? And people will go to like, oh, it feels great for me to be able to see that I can do that. And like, what does that say about, who you're becoming and what you care about? So then people get to have these, embodied experiences of that emotion. And so they can also come to a new identity conclusion. But I guess I would say I feel like emotion is part of every new identity conclusion. I don't think it happens without emotion. I mean, I feel like emotions are how we know that something is meaningful. When narrative therapy is at most skillfully, most therapeutically employed, it's full of this emotion and this awareness. And when it falls flat, when someone's ticking through some questions, like the right questions, then it doesn't feel real or rich. And it can feel like, there's a term I heard recently, like toxic positivity. Like it is not resonant. It doesn't suit someone. It's not helpful. And people feel unheard, unseen, unfelt in those moments. There's a miss, or there's a little bit of a hurt, or like, you didn't see me, or like, oh, should I have done that? Or like, oh, am I not okay? Because of that question makes me feel like maybe I got this wrong. And then we work to actually help things get, sorted. So we're constantly doing that.